like the weirdest thing.
Hello everyone, this is Hazelnut coming to you with a Collegiate Starleague game. This is the Cornell versus Florida series played on Saturday, January 15th. We're a little late on it, but don't you worry because we're bringing you some recommended replay action. Oh, alright, now you can't see the replay. Alright, so when we saw this in the previous game, we saw Cornell taking the first set with a really aggressive and perhaps convincing win. Well, it was a cheesy win, but it was a convincing win. Xiaofan went in there, built 2 proxy gates, and got out with a clean victory. Or cheesy victory, we'll see. Alright, so we have Piugrave spawning as purple Zerg at the top left corner, sending his overlord in the correct direction. Usually overlords do go in this direction because this is Shakuro's Plateau and you cannot spawn on the same horizontal side of the map. And we have Hua spawning as pink Terran at the top right, representing Florida. Supply depot going down for Hua, pretty normal. He's setting up for a little wall, just in case of any Zergling shenanigans. You can go for an earlier pool, go for speedlings, and do things with your Zerglings. Shakuro's Plateau does tend to be a more macro-intensive map because of this little natural that you can get. Although, once you spawn in these positions, the Zerg gets in somewhat of a bind, just because once these rocks go out, Terran can, like, waltz in there with a bunch of siege tanks, kind of set up a little party right over here, and then Zerg has no main. That's always unfortunate. Spawning pool going down before hatchery. He's going to go for some speedlings, most likely because of this extractor, and kind of control the earlier game. There we go. Barracks is going down for Terran, and he also is going for gas, so he will be going for some sort of tech build. Possibly just Marauders, but I don't think so. I think with this map he could go Banshees or Hellion Drop or anything of the sort. So just a little background information on both these players. Hua is 3-1 in the season so far. Hua being this Terran, 3-1 in 1v1s, and he is a Masters 2400 player. He's also happening to build an engineering bay where Piugrave wants to expand, so maybe Piugrave doesn't seem to be too bothered by it. He's not going to build a hatchery anytime soon. Instead, he's going for the queen. He might expand here instead because this third is relatively easy to take. BM move, Hua, BM move. Meantime, drones scouting in. Yep, we do see a factory. We're going to see some sort of techie build right now, and we have a reactor going down. Reactor because he will be producing a lot more Marines because he can't really produce Marauders with that much gas. Once Terran chooses a tech path, kind of, he can't really dedicate himself to that many different branches. Hua's engineering bay is only somewhat complete, almost complete, so it can be cancelled. Return for money, just like his fellow bunkers. We are seeing metabolic boost on these Zerglings. They will have speed. We'll see what he does. Hellion is coming out also for Hua. So Piugrave is going to have a pretty decent defense. Unfortunately, he doesn't have his hatchery up yet, so he's not going to have a lot of creep spread. Might not even be able to get a spine crawler up in time, but he will have speedlings. Speedlings somewhat able to manage Hellions, given that they're micro properly. We're seeing a command center actually off of this factory, choosing to only go for a factory, and then he's actually using this reactor now for his factory. Getting more than just 1 Hellion. Getting 2 Hellions. In fact, where is the Hellion right now? Getting stuck because these Zerglings have speed. Hellion actually goes down. This is a huge blunder by Hua. Piugrave now kind of controlling the center of the map. Not really controlling. I mean, he has a Xel'Naga tower, so he can see everything. Now, Hua has 2 Hellions. Hellions are going to do really well against Zerglings. Unfortunately, I don't think Piugrave has anything other than Zerglings. He has a queen. He's going to be able to put the queen up here. He's definitely getting creep trimmers to try to kind of help with that defense against Hellions. But now we have 4 Hellions out, and this is time for Hua's Hellions to shine. Driving out in a line. I think I just rhymed 2 or 3 words there. They're kind of playing bumper cars. It's kind of cute. Alright, so Zergling going down, meaning that Piugrave knows what's coming. He's putting up a spine crawler, but it's probably not going to come up in time. Hua has the potential to do so much damage coming in. Queen on the ledge. She can't get in there. Some indecision there. Roasting a Zergling, but nothing else. Going for the creep tumor. Please go for something else. Spine crawler is going to be up in time. And Hua cannot do anything with his Hellions. Fortunately, roasting another Zergling. Poor little barbecue. So Hua is kind of just sitting on the doorstep of Piugrave's, hoping to come in, but Piugrave is not going to let him in. Open up, or I'll blow your house down, says Hua, with fire. But he's not going to be able to get in. The queen is going to kind of usher these Hellions out. Command center now going down for Hua. Hua is transitioning into a sort of barracks bio-centered build. He has 3 racks up and a starport coming up. We'll see, probably for medevacs. He could also go for a Hellion drop at that point. It's possible. Apparently someone's targeting something on the minimap. 3 queens out for Piugrave. He's really actually, maybe he suspects a Banshee follow-up, which is not too uncommon. So he's really playing safely. Spire going up for Piugrave also. Only just started. It's nice to know what kind of a game plan he has. Spire is a pretty good idea. I mean, they're pretty close by air. Can just come in here. They're good against Banshees, which sometimes follow factory builds. Instead, we do see that Hua is going for a lot of Marines, Marauders, medevacs, keeping his Hellions around. And interestingly enough, Piugrave has 48 drones to Hua's 38 drones. So he's ahead by, SCVs. So Piugrave is ahead by a lot. But we'll see if he can hold off Hua's attack that's coming up right now. He's coming with 4 Hellions. Gonna be able to kill all of these Zerglings. Zerglings, run away! Also taking out a creep tumor at the outside. Nice control of the creep. Unfortunately, his bio army is kind of lagging behind because Hellions are so fast. But Marines are not unless stimmed. We're probably going to see these Marines stim now, and this is a really nice timing because Piugrave is trying to get a 3rd right now. But Hua's coming in with all of his units, taking down 1 spine. No, it doesn't take down 1 spine crawler. Transfuse going off. Nice transfuse. Queen goes down, and a lot of drones are going down. Still so many Marines left. This is not looking good for Piugrave, but Mutalisks finally come out. 5 of them. Unfortunately, Mutalisks aren't going to do that much against Marines, and a Hellion is still out. Hellion goes down, but a lot of drones were roasted. Unfortunate. This Piugrave is going to be able to... Oh, no, he isn't going to be able to take out... Alright. He fends off the attack, but at a great, great cost. He lost quite a few harvesters. He was 10 harvesters ahead. Now he is, let me do my math, 16 behind. Which is not a really good position for him. He's going to be able to finish off all those Marines, but more Marines are coming. I don't think this is a good idea on Hua's behalf or part, because he doesn't have to be here. Fortunately, his medevac is here, so he can do some damage with this small force of units. Piugrave is trying to kind of get back into this game, get more units, but unfortunately, he really doesn't have the economy anymore to do anything. He has drones and he has Mutalisks. Medevac hanging out, not wanting to be part of this social group. So this attack is going to be possibly held off, but really it's too difficult for Piugrave to continue on. He has a hatchery that's not producing anything. He doesn't have his natural mining anymore. All he has are some Mutalisks, some drones. He's really trying to hold this off for his team. But I mean, Hua already has a 3rd coming up. He has lots of units. He has SCVs and mules. He still has mules. So this is really going to be impossible for Piugrave to stay in the game. His only chance is if he had Mutalisks, but he doesn't, and he, I don't know, went in to deal with Hua's economy. But Hua's economy is just too strong. He even has a siege tank here. Hua is doing something a little silly, which is throwing units at Piugrave in small numbers so that Piugrave can fend them off. What Hua could do is just, you know, macro up a little bit on 3 base and just push. Push at a certain time with a bunch of units, and there's no way Piugrave can hold it off. Instead, he's sending them in as soon as he builds them. As soon as he gets them out of his barracks, I bet his barracks are rallied halfway across the map, and they are. So Hua's gonna take this game for Florida, and it will be 1-1. Piugrave's still holding on, though. Hua finds the abandoned third, and is actually sending a nice little contingency over there to deal with it. Hua, in the meantime, is doing some interesting micro tricks, as in, you know, Zerg doesn't really have anti-air, except for Neolist, Hydralist, but they're all tier 2. Stuff that Piugrave doesn't have right now, and he's just picking up his units. Periodically, this Marauder is saved, and he's just hanging out in the medevac until he has to put him down again. While continuing to rally all his units. This is such a nice little Congo line of units. I mean, it's not effective, but it's great to see on the map. Fun to see on the map. We do see Piugrave is going to lose his hatchery soon. 2 queens out. Queens both go down. No longer able to transfuse, defend, do anything. Natural hatchery does go down after so much effort, and Piugrave GG's. So this means Cornell and Florida will be tied at 1-1. Tune in for set 3.